this phenotype thing I was telling you, right, might explain, like I said before, why some people with obstructive sleep apnea love CPAP. They might have a low arousal threshold. I should have said high arousal threshold, sorry. Why some people with upper air resistance syndrome need a sedative and CPAP to feel better. So for some reason, people think that using if you've got upper air resistance syndrome, you should try CPAP or a BiPAP. And BiPAP's a little bit easier to tolerate because they may have very low arousal thresholds. So they use BiPAP because it's not so stimulating. And that is a little bit better. But even then, some people really struggle. They say, well, it's a little bit better and my numbers look better, but I'm still not feeling really refreshed in the morning because it's quite hard to use CPAP because it pushes against your chest and it causes problems with your, if you don't have serious problems, it's really hard on your lungs. And so some people have been taking CPAP with a sedative. So in that way, what you're doing is you're fixing the airway problem that starts spiking off your low arousal threshold, and you're taking the sedative to stop you from waking up because of the CPAP and the arousal threshold. So that is lovely. You feel fantastic with that. But the problem is most of these sedatives are quite addictive and you gain tolerance to them. And so with time, if you're on benzodiazepines, you end up getting addicted or you're unable to come off them. And you're in a whole new area of sort of suffering. So that's not something that I would recommend. I am looking at different drugs that you don't get tolerant to that can reduce your or increase your arousal threshold and make your arousal threshold better, should I say. And I am going to do a video on that as well. Once the research that I've got has come through, I don't want to get everyone starting these drugs when I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but that's something I'm working on. And I'll tell you all about it once that comes through. So I am working on that, and hopefully that will make people happier. And another way, it could explain why some people have no symptoms with bad sleep. So there are some people with really bad sleep apnea, and they wake up going, well, I'm not that bothered. I'm not that bad. It's not bothering me that much. Do I really need CPAP? And some people with very, very low AHI feel awful. And they're like, oh, God, my AHI is 6, but I just feel like I've got an AHI of 100. So I think if you think about it in terms of phenotypes, how you react to these things, it would make it easier for a lot of people to understand how this works. I hope that makes sense.